Hi everyone, welcome to episode 134 of the Yarnivore Podcast. I am Sadie, also known as Blue Ruin on Ravelry, We Shoot Stars on Plurk, and Sadie Ruin on Twitter and Instagram. And I will be your host. Like how I threw that in the front there? I keep forgetting to do it. I don't go on Plurk very much, so your best bets are Twitter and Instagram, but hey, or Rav. Rav too. I do a lot on Rav, what can I say? You're gonna have to suck it up. I'm coffeeing like crazy. Yeah. Well, it's been a busy week here. Ow. And Frank agrees. It's been a busy week. Lots of dyeing going on, as I told you last week. Wholesale order is almost done. The Fuji kits are almost done. And the update is almost done. 3 things at the same time, I think I'm nuts. But the update is going to be almost a regular update, minus the Fuji kits, which are going to be the big hoopla. And that'll be going down on Friday, probably. Double check on the Knitter's Nightmare Ravelry board, because that is where I post everything. Everything to do with Knitter's Nightmare. What did I do this week? I didn't do a lot, aside from dyeing. I did go to the bookstore, which is always fun. There's one bookstore that I'm just... Hubby and I don't go there unless we want to spend money. That is what we do. We don't go there unless we want to spend money, because we always do. And he was not going to buy anything. He ended up buying a book. And I was only going to buy 1 book, and I ended up buying 3. So... I'm bad for that. I think it's because my mom wouldn't let me buy books when I was younger. Well, she would, but, I would easily buy out a bookstore. And in my youth, I wanted books. And when I was younger, and had no life, as a child is wont to do, I tended to read a lot. I averaged a book a day. When you average a book a day, that can be very hefty on the old pocket book, and we were not rich people, so we could not sustain my book a day habit. However, thankfully, the library at my elementary school was quite well endowed, and I visited my library every day at school because I needed to get new books. I probably was my librarian's wet dream. And I was always in there, always. I would finish my work early so I could have that 15 minutes in the library. My God, I would... Apparently this is Librarian Love Week here on Yarnivore. But yeah, totally loved Mrs. Miller, my librarian, my elementary school librarian. Elementary school in Canada is K to 8. So she had me for quite a while, and saw me graduate from the kid books to the teen books. Eventually, I just went to the reference books because I had read everything else. So I was like Greek mythology and Egyptology, and I think I read down that library. She was a wonderful librarian. Anywho, after my tangent, that was my big thing this week, though. I went to the bookstore and I got 3 new books. I got 2 Chuck Klosterman books. I love Chuck Klosterman. He wrote Sex, Drugs, and Cocoa Puffs, Killing Yourself to Live. I picked up Fargo Rock City, which looks to be funny as all get out, and I believe it's 4, or is it 6? It's VI or IV. Either way, it's a collection of his essays. He gets me. The musical man gets me. There's a music thing going on there that totally gets me, and I'm sorry, but Fargo is about as remote in the Dakotas as you can get. Well, not as remote as you can get, but he was very remote, and that, growing up in Saskatchewan, which is, basically above North Dakota, we share a kindredness there in our wanting to rock but not being able to due to our locations. Anywho, 5 minutes of rambling about books and music. And I picked up a Margaret Atwood book, which I already read and already have, but because the release of the... Margaret Atwood is one of the authors whose, like, words I would get tattooed on my body because I love her so much. And when I met her, when she did a reading in Moose Jaw for their literary fest, me and my sister-in-law, we went down and we went to the reading, and we waited in the 45-minute line to get our books signed. And I got a book signed for me and a book signed for Lily, who is my... We're so close we may as well be married. That's the long and short of it. But and my husband gets it. We're just that close of friends. But so I got a book signed for her, and Margaret Atwood grabbed my hand, and I was wearing, like, it was warm at the time, so I was wearing like a short, low cuts, something cut similar to what I'm wearing. And she looked at me straight in the face and said, "You are a work of art." And I almost cried. And in fact, I was like sniffling and snuffling, and I was like, Margaret Atwood just called me a work of art. Oh my god. Oh my god. You know, it was one of those like super ultra fan moments. And she released Mad Adam, which is the third in a set of books. And I picked up the second one a little while ago, which is After the Flood. But yes, Petrie is crinkling things. But I needed to reread the first one, which is Oryx and Crake, and that copy did not make it to Minnesota. Of all the books I have, that one did not make it here. And I'm not sure why, I'm not sure how, I'm not sure if it got stuck in a U-Haul portion, I don't know. So I had to buy that one. That's the book I went to buy, and then the Chuck Klostermans fell into my hands. But, so I've got that one. So I can read that one, then do After the Flood, and then get Mad Adam and read it. It's still in hardcover. I try to wait until they're out in softcover, just because hardcovers are so big. But, whatever. Whatever. Margaret Atwood. Love her. That's why I went to a bookstore, and that's why you got 7 minutes on why we love librarians and books. Okay, moving into it. We have knitting. Oh my god, we have knitting. I have finished objects. I have finished objects. It is about damn time I could show you something. Really emphatic. So, I needed some palette cleansers just because I'm working on the calligraphy cardigan, I'm working on a pair of socks, I've got another cardigan, I've got another set of socks, I've got socks coming out of my ears, which is always a good thing for me because I love socks, and I think I'm going to do a 14 in 2014, 14 pairs in 2014. I didn't do a 13 in 2013. I was trying to do that spinning-wise, and I didn't make it, so let's not even talk about it. But even with Spinzilla, I think I did 2 pounds in Spinzilla, and that's still just, like, nada. But I moved, life changed, blah, 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 got married, busy. So I needed a palette cleanser. I needed something small that was just going to be, whoo, because my mojo was hacked. Just, it was chopped down like a tree. It was a stump. And the Onceler was going to come with his little razor that eats up all the tree stumps. And there was going to be nothing left of my mojo. Everyone who's watched the Lorax cartoon knows that little. Okay, so the first thing I did was, well, and then I'm like, I need to do some Christmas knitting. I don't need to, but I am going to because that's how I roll. I tell myself all year I'm not going to until about October, and then I decide everybody needs something that's knit. The first thing I cast on, and I looked around, it's the Posy Mobius by Christy Pyatt, P-Y-A-T-T. My notes are over here, if you're wondering what I'm like. They're over here sitting on the drum carter. The ends are not woven in, but I have finished it, and it is a Mobius cowl. I did it out of handspun. The Finn handspun from the Spunky Eclectic Club. It's the colorway Aquarium. I spun it during Spinzilla. So here it is. See, my little ends are not woven in. But it's very pretty. It was very easy. It took me 2 nights to do. And I swear the cast on was the worst part. So you can do a double, you could do a triple. It's got the cute little Mobius curl, so it'll never be straight. I don't know how I haven't blocked this. I don't know how I'm going to block this. And this is Goodbye Hairdo. That's what that is. But it's reversible. It was easy. There are 23 rows entirely in this. It called for a worsted, and I just wung it. I had 252 yards. I had a teeny little ball left. I was playing yarn chicken on the bind off, something fierce. I did the surprisingly stretchy bind off. I believe that's Jenny's surprisingly, because it's Judy's magic cast on, so it's Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off. I did the Cap Bordy Mobius cast on thanks to YouTube, but it is done. It is pretty. I like the color. It's a little washed out here, of course, because I'm recording during the day. But it works really well for hand spun. It is really fluffy and warm. So that will get blocked. That is going to be a Christmas gift for my sister-in-law Stacy, the one who went with me to see Margaret Atwood. See, I can tie everything together. Kind of. Put that there. The other thing I knit, ironically enough, also for Stacy, it's called Twistin' the Night Away. It is by Susan Menashe, Menashe. It is also a free Ravelry pattern. Now you have to know how to knit on this, but this is not one. It is not an easy pattern. Well, it is an easy pattern if you're used to recipes. It's very much a recipe, and you kind of have to wing it. Not even gonna lie to you, there is winging involved, but it's just this cute little headband. I'm not going to put it on because I have clips in my hair, and that is not going to work with the clips in my hair. Stacy actually bought this yarn for me for Christmas one year, and I have been working like a dog to figure out what to use with it, because it's like an ultra super bulky, like it's a thick and thin single ply super bulky. But Stacy also rocks the Carol hairdo. If you watch Walking Dead, they have similar haircuts. Like, she's got it super short like that. So in a Canadian winter, that is kind of detrimental. Here is the Insta headband. And it's just got a little twist. It's a little twist, and you tack it down, and then there's ribbing. And of course, it's seamed together, which makes it bulky at the back. Whatever. I don't care. Stacy won't care either. But, so that was really quick, because it's a super bulky, and you knit it on huge needles. The only thing was, when I knit it, and it's a free pattern, so I can tell you this, it says to knit for 7.5 inches and then do the twist. So I knit for the 7.5 inches, I did the twist, which takes 4 inches, and then there's another 7.5, so that's 15, plus 4 is 19. Well, my head is 21 to 22 inches, and Stacy's head is even bigger than mine. I think she's a 23, 24. I remember from when I made her calorimetries that her head is larger than mine. Like, I have it written down somewhere because she likes calorimetries. So, yeah. So the seam is very off-center for the twist because I had to knit quite substantially. I had to knit a couple extra inches onto the other side to make it big enough for a head. My head. A child's head would work. I'm not sure. Like, I mean, I know you're supposed to do negative ease, but 19 to 21, that's still not enough negative ease for me. And I knew it wouldn't be for Stacy. So, here is Christmas gift number 2. There's a little turn. My horrible seam. It's not a horrible seam, but what can you do when it's ultra bulky, right? Either way. She'll like it, she'll wear it. I know she will. So, those are my 2 finished objects. I actually finished objects. I'm kind of pumped about that. I'm allowed to be pumped about that. I will call my mother when I am done recording. She texted me and said, you can call me at work. I'm like, I'm recording. Sorry. So those are my 2 finished objects. I was really pumped to get some finished objects done just because I haven't had any finished objects for a while, and it was starting to get to me. You know how that goes. Works in progress. Works in progress. I have the socks. These are the Lil Bit socks by Laura Linneman. It's a pattern you can buy out in Ravelry. I am knitting them out of the Freshwater Pond colorway in Another Crafty Girl and her Strong sock, or Tough sock, or Tough Strong. It's the 80/20. So I finished the first one, and we've all seen that. The second one has seen some lovin's. I'm doing it on 2 circs, so you're just going to have to suck that up. The leg is done. The gusset is done. I did not put the... We went over this last time. I didn't put the cable detail on the heel flap just because I don't know if my uncle's going to like that, and as a first sock, I don't want to give him something that he's not... that I'm not 100% sure he would fly with. I am working my way down the gusset currently. Now, if I have a very productive week, these could be done next week, which means I can show them to you and then get them in the mail. But let's face it, they're not going to get there by Christmas. And here is this. It was originally the Squirtle colorway, but of course copyright, blah blah blah. Freshwater Ponds. And I love it. I love the way it's doing its thing. I love knitting it. I'm doing it on a US 0, which is a 2mm needle, I believe. And it's the first pair of socks I've done on a 0. I started out on socks on like 2.75. Then I went down to 2.5. And then I went down to 2.25. Now I'm down to 2. I seriously might need to seek mental help for my problems. Might. The other thing I've been working on in the Blinger string bag from SSK, the giant monstrosity known as the calligraphy cardigan, I have joined yet another ball. Tosh DK and the Fjord colorway. And I have ample ballage for this. I think I may have a spare ball. I don't know. I always say that and then I don't. And then it doesn't happen. Last time you saw it, I was still on the body. The body has been finished. The ribbing has been done. I did the surprisingly stretchy bind off for that as well. Because let's face it, that's a wide part of my body, and if it's going to stretch over it, I can't have it with a regular bind off. I did, there you go, you can kind of see the ribbing there. I only did 3.5 inches of ribbing because I was running low on the ball, and I was like, I am not joining a ball for 1/2 inch. Ribbing is not that important to me, so there's only 3.5 inches of ribbing, not the 4 called for. However, I don't give a rat's ass. Now, the downside is, that means I started the sleeve, and this is why it may not be finished in November. I hate sleeves. I really do. And I'm doing them one at a time, because if I did them 2 at a time, I would kill people. No word of a lie, I would kill. There would be death. I've got my needles poking through the thing so that I don't lose my stitch marker. Yay! Using 4mm needles, I have put one sleeve onto the needles. You can see the needles sticking through. It's to keep my stitch marker from falling off. There's my stitch marker. I'll get there. I'll probably work on this week and try and bang them out, because I want this sweater. Inevitably, when I'm knitting a sweater, as soon as I hit the sleeves, life goes to hell. Well, life doesn't go to hell. I go to hell, because I don't want to do the sleeves. I don't know what it is. I think it's the whole... I think once I'm out of the decreasing, I'll be fine, but right now, it's like, you knit this, and then you decrease this, and then you do that, and then I keep having to put it on, because my arms are longer than what most patterns call for, and if I don't, then it cuts like right here, and I don't like that. I want it down here. I could always do extra ribbing, but that would just bug me, so there you have it. I got to the sleeves. But yeah, no. December, it'll probably be finished in December. Because let's face it, I've got this weird Christmas knitting vibe, I've got life going on, and I hate knitting sleeves. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not. I could just say, oh, I'm too busy and I need to do all this Christmas knitting. No, if I have something else to do other than a sleeve, chances are I'll do it. Like, I need someone to just sit me down and bash me over the head with a knitting needle and go, dude, finish the sleeves. You knit a sweater. Just do the sleeves and the button band. And that's my rant for that. I have, because I've been dying, I have another pony got finished. Another little turtle. Turtle is done. So I started another one. I didn't bring it in here to show you because that, and then I've got this one. So I've got basically 1.5 left to do, and then I can apply them, which is exciting. And these are from HR Knits. It's the Happy Halloween colorway. There's her Etsy shop. They are very packed full of awesome. These particular ones that I've been working on, pardon the bag, pardon the shimmer, are merino, linen, and angelina, and 76 grams. So I'm going to get something substantial. And if I ever actually get to the fingerless knit-along thing, I may do it. But I don't know. So there you have it. Miscellaneous. Oh my god, miscellaneous. First off, I drank the Kool-Aid. Which is apparently an American thing. You drink the Kool-Aid. I ate the crazy pie, I drank the Kool-Aid. But y'all love me. I caught a Leading Men Fiber Arts update and got the foliage in the Showstopper colorway, which is the 75-25 fingering weight. Ate the crazy pie, drank the Kool-Aid, have joined the club. Probably should seek mental help for my problems. Probably. You've seen it everywhere, but dang, it's still gorgeous. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. I just wanted it. Not even going to lie to you. I was like, I want it. So I got it. leadingmenfiberarts.bigcartel.com. And there was a code on Instagram. I'm not sure if it's still valid, but go check Leading Men Fiber Arts Instagram because there was a code for 10% off. Just saying. And what was my other amazing? I am part of the completely twisted and arbitrary spinning rad board, and their October to December person is Gail's Art. I resisted through all of October. I did. I resisted the call. I resisted so well. In October, I resisted. And then there's been this spinning sock craze. Now, I want to spin socks. I do. I love spinning. I love socks. These are two things that will always be in my life. I should get another tattoo of a sock in progress, just because that has been my life as a knitter for over 10 years now. And so I saw this, and it was... Gail is lovely. She dies to order. Look at this. Just look at this. I want... Here, hold on. And FYI, it matches my shirt, but... It's got a little cowl neck thing going on here. I can talk about it while I feel it and molest it. Actually, it's really soft. I could use it as a pillow. This is Superwash BFL, Blue Flace wool, and nylon. It's an 85-15, 6 ounces for $29 in the Sherlock colorway, which is part of this completely twisted and arbitrary spin along. 6 ounces of luscious. Look, it matches my hair. I need to spin it in knit socks just because it matches my hair. That's right. So soft. This cowl thing goes out really far because I could hold a kitten in it. There we go. And Gail is the sweetest sweetheart in the whole wide world. I have to send her a Rav message. But not only did I get this, which is what I ordered. I ordered this and I was like, fell down, went boom. But then I felt justified. There were rough portions of my week. And she sent this along because she said it was my colors. And it's totally my colors. And I want to cast it on right now. And I don't know what I want it to be. But I know I want it to be something that goes on my face. And Amy Beth's right, it does smell like heaven. Anywho. She sent this along. It's called the Tattooed Lady because these are my colors. And it is Superwash BFL nylon. And I love it. And I love Gail. I think it should be a shawl. Or maybe socks. Too bad you couldn't knit socks that turned into a shawl. Well, you can knit socks that turn into a scarf. But or a hat. But, like, I mean, something that actually goes on your feet, but then you could put on your face. But would you want to put stuff that's on your feet on your face? I don't know. I'm torn. But I know I love this. Look at these colors. Just look at them. Look at them. It's like Halloween met Starry Night. And they had a baby. So that was my Gail's art mail. Not gonna lie to you. I don't want to take this out of my little hole here. So, yay, Gail. Love you. Not that she watches, but if she watched, she would know I love her. Because I pull things out of my bra. Actually, it's not a bra. I'm wearing a tank top under. It's my dyeing tank top under my little cowl neck thing. But oh my god, I think you can still order this. And if you spin and you spin socks, you should, because it is gorgeous. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I believe this is the one that's based off the Robert Downey Jr. Jude Law photo. I really don't care if it's that one or the Benedict Cumberbatch. Either way, I want it to be spun and on my feet, and it's gorgeous. Can I just look? I just there are no words. It's that yum that you have after you've eaten like the best of Southern cooking. You know what I mean? Where you're just like, that was good. Anywho, so, and the other thing I got, which I have horribly rescanned. I wanted to see the full of the colors, and then I horribly rescanned it, because the colors are gorgeous, but I wanted to see it hanging like such. Woo. My ability to rescan with the tags on is pretty much slim to shit. I'm not gonna lie. I like earning my explicit tag too. You'd think I'm a dyer, I would go pro with this. I am not pro. I am not a pro. But that's good enough for me. It's just while it waits. This is Genie sock 80-10-10 merino cashmere nylon in the Reluctant Dragon colorway, which is a Disney classic, from Dragonfly Fibers. The colors of happiness. This was a gift from the hubby because his command sucks balls. No one from his command watches this, so I can say that. I had scheduled my road test to get my license. Because I need a license. Because America is so much different than Canada. But I had scheduled it for December 6th. Well, it turns out that's a evaluation, 100%, everybody has to be there day. Fuckers. Did not like the Navy when I found that out. I have since been able to reschedule, but at the time the rescheduling was going into February. I lucked out and got a day in December. Later on December. That someone canceled for because I just kept going to the website and re-clicking. I'm annoying, but man, I was ready to go down and slap some ass. I was not happy. It's like, I know I signed on for this, but seriously, they're sending you to Diego Garcia and now I can't get my license. I'm not happy with these people. Doesn't happen in Canada. But then again, in Canada, I wouldn't get my license because I could take the bus everywhere and I knew how to get around. Anywho, enough whining and bitching. We have a giveaway to do. So I better get to random.org. And some people don't like to use it because it may or may not be the best number I really don't care. I'm lazy. And I just want to make sure we draw for this. And apparently everything down here makes me look like I'm kind of ghostly and blue. I swear I'm not that tired looking in real life. I slept in today. I did. It was fun. I think everyone should do it. Okay, so I was the first post, so the minimum will be 2. Better get to that post. Good God. I am not prepared. But I'm cute. I can get away with it because I'm cute, right? So minimum number 2, maximum number 48, which is pretty good for 1 week. I'm trying to show you, but it won't. Hit and generate. The resulting generated number is 25. So who's number 25? Who won? Oh, sure, that's the first page. Apparently there's exactly 25 posts on a page. So the winner is Blonde 20 Fan, who would knit cannon fire socks for her daughter in red, of course. So Blonde 20 Fan, I will get in contact with my cooperative press person. But feel free to tell me you got this, because that's always nice. I like to know that. The winner is Blonde 20 Fan, and thanks to everybody who participated. Lots of grandkids and kids being knit for. Apparently, my little rant was very entertaining about the fingerless mitts. I'm sorry. I have my moments. And if I had a child that really demanded fingerless mitts, I'd probably knit them for them and make them wear those little cheap mitts underneath. But I'd also give them hell because I'd assume they were smoking and shoplifting. Just me. Like, you are clearly smoking and shoplifting because you are not driving a vehicle. So, anywho, that's everything I've got for you this week, and I will see you next week. I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving here in the States. If you're in Canada, Rough Riders won the Stanley Cup. I care too much about hockey, and I don't give a crap about football. They won the Grey Cup. So congratulations to my hometown heroes for winning the Grey Cup. I really could have cared less, but my brothers are big fans. So I hope everyone has a great week. I will see you next week.